Dang. Some interesting things happen between various I don't know. Every single chapter is amazing to me. They all like just fit so tidily together. And you gotta imagine the author just writing these one by one. And I guess this is one of those whole things about the Gestalt. One plus one, the parts are greater than the whole. Each chapter is decent on its own. I think it may be a little weaker on its own. Put it all together, you've just got an amazing story, and it just flows so well. And so many interesting things happen every single chapter, and I'm just skipping over them because I don't have the enthusiasm to read over single one. But I will read the fun ones. So this is chapter 36 of I Only Make Bad Movies, the awesome movie plot of The Collapse. 我只会拍烂片呢。第36章, let me just quickly find the title here. Yeah, that's how I do my titles. 崩坏的牛逼电影剧情. So 崩坏 is like collapse. The 牛逼 is like super powerful or the most powerful company. 电影剧情, 剧情 is plot because 电影 is movie. 剧情, 剧 meaning like theater or TV. 不知道什么时候开始，小狼心中竟有什么一点点王继荣的文情。Yeah, okay. So, chapter 36, the awesome movie plot of The Collapse. I don't know when it started, but Sung Long felt a little bit of an literary and artistic feeling in his heart. Sung Long felt that he was a writer and artist. He felt that he was kind of a writer and artist who, that was a writer and artist that was felt deep in his bones and in his soul. Um, but he couldn't make other people feel that he was literary and artistic. There's always a way in the world. This road is a smooth road, a road that everyone can take, and it's a smooth journey. But for some strange reason, Sung Long didn't want to leave like that. Whether it was this world or the original world, there are too many routine patterns in youth movies, right? Just a familiar path. For example, the appearance of the protagonist in the first act. And all these TV shows you could think about, all these K dramas, these Asian dramas, Asian Crush, and so on and so forth. Was the appearance of the male protagonist or the female protagonist, it must be accompanied by a touch of old-fashioned radio, then discs, thick DVDs, radio comics, and by the way, the elements of the age have been slightly trimmed. All this nostalgia bait going on of the 80s, 90s, of a simpler time, but brought to a modern setting. And then you match all this with the color of the lights and the lighting settings. It seems to be reminiscent of the past and makes people feel that they're substituting into that era subconsciously. You know, simpler time. Or more often than not, their childhood, their youths. And it just starts by selling a wave of feelings first. Salung's first version of the script was written like this, very generic. He combined the elements of those youthful movies in his mind in his previous life. Then he added all these commercial creations and advertisements in one go. He finished it incisively and vividly, and even added a sentence at the beginning. That day that I was running, I looked at the sunset, as if it was when it came to my lost youth. Such literary and artistic words. This kind of speech is quite finishing, has a finishing touch for no reason, and it directly adds to the force of the entire movie. From a song. It's kind of, it felt like the theme of selling feelings go directly to the limit. Huang Bo was very satisfied with that version and felt that was a real youth film. But Mr. Huang, it's 2011 now, 2011. It's not the age of fluttering white clothes. We are a small budget film. To succeed, we have to rely on creativity, unexpected surprises, plot twists. We can't treat the audience like a fool. Look, more than 80% of the movies on the market are this kind of routine. I guarantee that Zhao Yu's Our Youth movie must be based on this similar routine. We aren't in a ring with him. If we were to make a movie with the same routine with him, it will be almost the same. In the first scene at the beginning of the movie, Huang Po was slow to recover. He had worked in this industry for so many years, and he had never seen a movie like this. This is so. It's as if you completely dismantled yourself. Sung Long, how'd you know that Zhao Yu's movie would be made like this? Mr. Huang, I was invited to Tianhui Entertainment to repair tables and chairs. When I was repairing the tables and chairs, I heard a little bit of information about Zhao Yu's movie from these staff ladies. Basically, we confirmed this movie is a tear-jerking youth movie, like made to make you cry. Shen Lang touched his chin, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. I almost imagine his hand in a finger gun just touching his chin. Wait, you were invited to repair tables and chairs in Tianhui, Shen Lang? Are you going to be a spy? Did you also use eavesdropping equipment? Huang Bo was taken aback. Mr. Huang, how's it possible? I've never done anything illegal. When I was working, I worked hard. And also, I was brought in through the main gate. I never concealed my identity. I didn't plant any bugs or anything. And I can't even afford it anyway. I didn't do anything like stealing. Um, um, Business secrets. They just chatted and told me about everything. Sun Long spread his hands and suddenly felt very aggrieved, like open-handedly. Sun Long, are you sure you didn't hint to them in your language? Absolutely not. I swear. It's basically all my own speculation. Fine. Huang Bo looked at Sun Long in incomparably serious appearance and finally reluctantly believed it. Among the students he brought, there had never been anyone like Sun Long. He was astonishingly thick-skinned. He had an inexplicably thick-skinned mouth that no one knows how it works, but he can even speak to the dead. However, in the final analysis, Sun Long, this little fox, he couldn't do any illegal activities. At most, he was just did some contemptuous things. Sun Long, Mr. Huang, you said? Why do I think you look like the villain of a TV series or a novel? What? Zhao Yu is a good student. He's upright, he has a bright future, and he's even more talented. Huang Bo shook his head. How did he meet you? How did he meet you as a, how did he get you as a villain? Mr. Huang, I also have a bright future. I still bear hardships and work hard. I and I still have craftsmanship. When Sung Long heard this, he was immediately dissatisfied. Why am I the villain? Okay, okay. Sure you want to shoot like this? Just shoot like this. Under the morning sun, Huang Bo finally lowered his head and glanced at the script again. Then he finally nodded helplessly. For some strange reason, he always felt this movie would be an indelible stain on his acting career. Report. Oh, hello. Are you a new classmate? Yes. Wow. So handsome. My God. So handsome. Yeah, I can't take it anymore. Ah. The filming site of our youth. When the male protagonist Dongkun wore an exceptionally handsome hairstyle, he lowered his head slightly and walked out the door with a shoulder bag in an incomparably chic manner, just, shrugging his shoulder, throwing the bag. He immediately attracted a burst of surprise shouting, his arm up in front of him. During the shot, the photographer specially gave Zhang Dongkun a close-up, and then under the attention of all people, with a long shot, he slowly pulled the camera to the heroine's side. With a disgusted expression on the heroine So Xiaoxi's face, he sat gracefully. Behind the heroine, a cynical smile appeared on his face. The rest of the class was wearing school uniforms, but he himself was wearing leather pants and denim with a unique new hairstyle, which made him stand out. Crack. The closing of the film set. The first act is over. Take a break. Very good. The scene? We'll fix it later in post. Move the camera a little bit. Cut the long shot vision to the other side of the playground. Yes, just like that. With Xiaoxi's narration voice. This is the first time we met. He is a person who is highly anticipated, but I seem to be from two worlds. That's good. Very okay. In the crew, Zhao Yu showed a smile and was very satisfied with the scene where the hero and the heroine met and the first scene that he shot. Handsome men and beauties are always bright spots in the film. The other side. Hello. Are you a new classmate? I'm. Under the bright light, Cai Jiaming walked in with his bag in his pockets. Amidst the hands in his pockets basically. Amidst the screams in the classroom, it was as if Cai Jiaming was the only central point in the world at this moment. The light cooperated very well to give Cai Jiaming a close-up. It was an extremely long shot. Then, Zhang Yu, played by the heroine Qing Yao, slowly raised her head, as if to meet with the transfer student played by Cai Jiaming, and at that moment, it seems that everyone felt a burst of sparks, with a touch of unpredictable charm. Moreover, there's an empty space behind the heroine, as if it was born for the hero. The hero meets the heroine. It was pure, um, a pure rebellion. It was as if Cupid's arrow shoots forever. Almost everyone thinks so, but what's the matter with the hairstyle? And what do you mean by leather pants? Don't you know we have to abide by discipline here? So many people in the class are so serious. Why do you spoil the school spirit so much? Stand first. A discordant sound rang out. Mr. Huang, played by Huang Bo, grabbed the head of Cai Jiaming, mainstream handsome guy, who was covered in hair wax, and stared at him seriously. Then, the style collapsed so suddenly. Forget it. Find a place to sit first. Um, you can sit in the back row with Zhang Yu. No, nothing. Be honest. In a class I've taught for 20 years, there's no one like you. Cai Jiaming nodded, stunned. He looked at Qing Yao again. His eyes and atmosphere began to be filled with an incomparably charming style. You can almost imagine a visual camera just zooming in on this picture. There's a great webtoon like that. Afterwards, Shen Lang specifically asked the light to give them another close-up. Under the camera, at that moment, I seemed to smell the fragrance of green love. New love. That year, the atmosphere just right. Everything was fine. When everyone thinks that this transfer student is the protagonist? No? I remember there's no transfer students in our class. Show me your school card. Classmate, you went to the wrong classroom. That's not here. Suddenly, teacher Huang's voice appeared again. No? Did you go to the wrong school? This is the wrong school card. Is the security guard asleep? Cai Jiaming looked down at his school card, and his handsome face instantly collapsed. Then, the originally handsome Cai Jiaming dragged his waxed hairstyle and ran out of the classroom in a hurry and fell a little before leaving. Classmate, you have to check carefully in the future, you know. Crack. Not bad. Not... Oh, the scene's over. Not bad, not bad. Jiaming has worked hard. Come here. Next, your role is like this. You're the main scene. Now, there are people who think you are a transfer student, and you have to be a highly anticipated existence. You're the protagonist. But wait, there's a huge reversal. Not only did you went to the wrong school, you're not even a student. You're just a pancake fruit seller. Fuck, Tamada. After Shen Lang told Cai Jiaming's true identity, Cai Jiaming's chrysanthemum is tied. He clenched his butt, basically. What the hell? Mr. Huang, you're not a real teacher. Your real identity is a hairdresser in Tony's shop. You entered the school by accident, and then you went to the wrong classroom. But you had a dream of being a teacher since you were a child, and you thought to experience the life of a teacher, and that's how you experience it. Tianwang Guoceng, so Heavenly King Guoceng, you're not actually a student. Your real identity is a plumber. You dropped out of junior high school, and by accident you came to this classroom to repair the water pipes in your school uniform. Then you frightened a teacher for a while. Then you were frightened by the teacher for a while. When you arrive, suddenly your heart hurts, and then you lie down on the table and sleep. This is a story more convoluted than Riverdale. When Shen Lang finally took out another version of the script, he said, "Our movie will always have an unexpected ending. It's full of 10 twists from the beginning. Later, what the hell? Why am I a pancake fruit seller?" Cai Jiaming's mentality collapsed because he's like, the main male lead. Involuntarily, he let out a slur. Huang Bo was stunned. What the hell? What kind of bullshit plot is this? And the King of Heaven, Tianwang Guoceng, lowered his head and covered his heart. What the hell? I have a heart attack? What is this stupid setting? A shit setting, basically. It's a youthful and absurd comedy. I don't know. Maybe this is like Crazy Stone. And that's chapter 36. I'm gonna make this a double scene with chapter 37, the awesome movie plot of the collapse. Back to back chapter 37. This is a strange movie. 这是一部奇怪的电影. That's the next chapter. I'm literally gonna read this back to back. Not in the same video though. We're cutting it here.